Okay, everybody, we're going to be introducing a gym program, and this is something that we're going to be able to progress our patients to when they've been here for a while. Maybe their progress is plateauing, and they would benefit from more of a long-term gym program that's not going to include any hands-on care. It's just gym exercise that will be done in a group setting, especially people that can't afford to go to the gym. It's a service that we want to offer, and we could actually bill their insurance a small amount for this to make it worth our while. So if this is something that I feel like this patient is appropriate for, then I'm going to go ahead and pull up his chart here. And loaded in our system is a smart text that describes what this program is about. So I'm going to go to assessment, and now I'm going down to goals, and I'm just going to write in here gym. I should capitalize it because that's the way it's going to actually come up. So you can see this has been preloaded as gym program. Okay, from there I'm going to copy and paste this where I need it to go. So I'm going to cut this out of here, or I will select all, okay, and then I'm going to cut it out of there, and I'm going to paste it over here into a portion of his chart where it's usable. And instead of using this box like we normally do, we're just going to go ahead and click this in to the therapeutic exercise box, which I've actually already done here. So you're going to copy and paste it into this therapeutic exercise box, and you're going to see that this program, we're going to be doing group therapy. So we hope that at least 3 or 4 people show up for this each time. And so if they show up at 8 o'clock, they're all going to start on something aerobic. And you have choices in regards to what you start them on. Now, ideally, you would have ran this program with them individually during their last 1 or 2 or 3 sessions, so that when they come in with for this, they're pretty independent in it, because we're going to have one provider, either a physical therapy assistant or one of our aides, that are going to run people through this, but they're going to be dealing with anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4 people at a time. And so the patients need to be pretty independent in this stuff. So we have aerobic activity that we're going to allot 20 minutes for. We have the functional pulley, and everybody's going to do some single arm rows, some single arm presses. But then if they're more of a lumbar or lower extremity diagnosis, then they would be doing deadlifts, they'd be doing lateral 2 steps. If they're more of an upper extremity emphasis, then they would be doing internal and external rotation, and we're going to combine that with wrist curls in each direction. And so you'd spend about 20 minutes at that particular station. And again, we're just running them through our gym, but it's going to be on Saturdays, especially initially, when our gym is not occupied very significantly. Suspension system, everybody's going to be doing the suspension system. These are all things that we do anyway. It's just a pretty straightforward program that most people will be able to do. But again, if you have a low back patient, well, you wouldn't be doing internal and external rotation with them, so that would be deleted out of their protocol, just so that it doesn't get confusing. Tabletop activities, that's how everybody would finish. And again, things that we do anyway, we're going to run them through that program. That would be on the tabletops, again, in the gym. I could see the fixed height tables working best for this. They're going to be here for about an hour and a half, at least an hour and 25 minutes. And so we'll build those 6 units, and that's for a group setting, and that's why that's going to be in here, just so that the biller knows that this is group activity. And when they come in for this service, it's something that they're going to do again every Saturdays, and we may open up certain times of the week to do that in addition. So once a patient is appropriate for that, you would want to schedule them for it. So I'm going to go over here and just kind of copy this guy in there. And let's see, I'll go over to Saturday's schedule. And what you're going to see here is the provider is going to have slots every hour and a half for up to 5 people. As we're starting this, we'll only probably fill 3 or 4 of these and hope that at least half of them show. For us to break even, we need at least 2 to 3 people to show. We're hopeful that 3 to 4 people show, but we'll see kind of how this develops as we go. But I'm going to add this person over here. And then you would want to take one of these out just so that you don't overschedule. And so this particular provider we would want to fill up that schedule from 8 to 9:30 first, and then from 9:30 to 11, and then 11 to 12:30. And you can see that we have more slots than usual because this is a group setting that we're dealing with. And by the way, when you sign up for a Saturday, we're going to go in and put your name on there. So, and whenever something is a repeating event on the schedule, only change one. If you change all, then we've lost that placeholder forever. So we're just going to do one of those. And the provider in this case, let's say I'm the one doing it. I'm just going to put my name so everybody knows that on this particular Saturday, which happens to be Saturday, April the 2nd. So you can see where this is the schedule. If we have a lot of participation, we could have a second gym program person, and they would basically be starting at 8:30, and then we could even have a third that would be starting at 9, and we could see a significant volume of patients with, say, a couple licensed assistants, one aide, as long as a PT was working that Saturday, and we should have a PT working on a Saturday. If there's not a PT working on a Saturday, then it would be limited to assistants only, not aides running this program. But that's in a nutshell what we're doing. Ask me if and when you have questions. This is something that I think is going to be good for our patients. It is, above and beyond what you normally do. Juggling 3 or 4 people at once at first may be kind of challenging. We want to keep it a really fun, positive environment. I can see where it would be something that would turn into a service type that's kind of more casual. But since it is above and beyond, it's something that we're going to be reimbursing higher for this service than we do for other services that you're participating in. Whenever you sign up for something like this, we're going to ask you just to put double time on your timesheet. Again, it's Saturday work that's above and beyond what you normally do. So it's something that we want to bonus with double pay versus single pay. So I'm hopeful we're going to get some interest in this. You will be able to go to the schedule and just sign up for it by putting your name on one of these gym programs. Once we get a consistent person that wants to do this, and by the way, you don't have to do every Saturday. You just sign up for the Saturdays that you want. But again, we could have up to 3 people doing this. You're going to need to add the gym program tab to your schedule, and then I also have a gym program number 2 and a gym program number 3 that I'm hopeful that we'll have to use. We're going to be doing something similar with a yoga program that Tanya will be running. She's going to most likely do that in the mornings from 8 to 9, or I should say 8 to 9:30. There may even be an evening one in the future. So these are services that we're going to be offering, and let me know. We're still developing this. and your feedback would be really helpful as we're establishing this program. Thanks.
So I have one question.
Sure.
So the slot where you put your patient, are all the patients going to be with the same condition, like lower back pain, or can be shoulder pain too at the same time?
We could mix those, and that's what when you look at the actual protocol, there will be slight variations in that protocol.
Okay.
But yes, we can have them mixed and matched, because there's basically just 2 or 3 small variations in the protocol, and that's something that should be done before the person even shows up on this program.
Okay.
Because again, the patient should have already been introduced to the program, not on a Saturday, but just as part of their normal workout regime. And in that process, deleting out parts of the protocol that aren't appropriate, of course, consulting with their PT is going to be very helpful, especially if it happens to be an aid that is helping a patient transfer to this level of care. It's basically, we're trying to get people off the schedule they've been on there for 30 plus visits and that type of thing. But we don't want to just dump them into no man's land, and especially, I'm thinking like our Medi-Cal patients in particular. It'd be easy to tell them, well, you just need to join a gym,
Right.
and exercise, but that's not financially feasible for a lot of people, especially on that part of the schedule. So this is an alternative to that, and
Yes.
I think it'll be a good option for them.
Okay, gotcha.